just did not work for them. Vista spotted on the ward that grand entrance, as you so rightfully called. It missed everybody, and he just took too much damage to be able to engage again. And Xiao knows who he's after, crashed down onto Marble. Still that flashless AD.
And you can't make these proactive plays when you're not level 6 as Xayah. You have to be so careful. You have no flash. You have no barrier. Barrier's only just come back up. You're so far behind. You've bought a crit cloak just to stay somewhat relevant. That is not a good sign.
You are so right, and as far as signs go, they are all in favor of DCG right now. The Grubs are up in 40 seconds. They will doubtlessly want to go for this, but they don't have that priority. Yorick does get the shove typically, and we go back to this bot side. SHG,
mau lihat referensi sih,
dan
nggak expect ternyata
each and every minute.
Oh my lord,
Yorick
Marble,
kepake
just
banget
please be safe, just relax, don't go up to the wave, you just have to concede a little bit. Yes, you're keeping up in CS, it's great, but it's just not looking good. As we've hit the level 6
ayo dong, gue
Fang
pengen lihat Taiwan kalah. Pengen banget aja. Soalnya nggak tahu, biar Vietnam lawan Jepang aja. SAG lagi kuat-kuatnya SHG. Terhadap tolong Jepun ya, SHG tolong.
We do see DCG. They are immediately on to these grubs. Pop 9, as you said, with those two.
Pop 9 nih, kalau nggak salah tuh mantan pemain Bumi Sport. Kalau nggak salah ya. Email. Kalau nggak salah tuh mantan pemain Bumi Sport.
And the vision control is lacking, dare I say, from both sides.
Pop 9.
Maybe two wards.
Tapi keren loh di CG loh. Dari tim qualifier bisa sejauh ini.
This just feels like a totally different SHG that we've seen from this first series. The first two games, they looked so dominant. They were in control. They had the tempo. They knew exactly what they were doing. Now that the champion pool's gone down, it just feels like they're lost.
Yeah, that was a really aggressive heal there too. Xiao popping that E to get that extra movement speed onto Feng, and that heal, really trying to pressure that bot side duo. Marble does have that flash up, so it is Xiao's mission, his goal, to burn that as soon as he can and just make Marble so much more accessible. We see them trading into Marble already. This is where all the action is going to be happening tonight, Pike.
Where?
On the bot side.
Oh yeah.
Did you miss that?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, I was zoned out. I was actually mesmerized by that Yorick farming. Genuinely, I was just like, whoa.
Has a CS advantage on the top side.
That's what I mean. I was looking at it. I was just like, wow, really good job. But
good
yeah,
cleaver.
Pop 9 knows how to land those cleavers. This is just Mundo dodgeball all over again.
Already has Heartsteel.
Yep, that's gross at 9 minutes.
Yep. I would love to see the stats on that one, if that is the fastest Heartsteel we've seen. Vista trying to get some
sakit
banget. Is it going to be enough? As you do see Van 1.
Tebalnya.
He's just so big. That's a bullet time. The barrier's burned to stay alive and stay relevant so you can get back. But they're proxying down in bot side. It's unheard of at this point. They have just got so much control. They're that far ahead. They can do no wrong. They're just bleeding them out from XP.
Yeah, they're just stuck between their tier 2 turret. They can't walk up. That turret will be losing plates. They just can't get through this. Mundo already. Rel, also a tanky kind of support, has that Kindle gem, has the health bar to boot, and they're able to just turn around and threaten this AD duo on the bot side at a moment's
Nippon, tolonglah Nippon.
And they're just cancelling their backs too. Like, what can you... Their towers at
Betul,
half
rencana
for 10
emang besok
minutes.
live
Like,
stream ini.
there's just nothing they can do in this situation.
Nggak
They're literally just being gate-kept.
Yeah,
Tadinya
SHG isn't
ini
even sending anyone to help them right now too.
They can't.
So they're just going to get bullied out of this.
Yeah, look, this is not even a slow bleed. This is a big bleed. 2.5k gold lead for DCG. They've had the secret recipe all along, and they just had to wait for the right time. They had to wait for the oven to cook a little bit. They needed to make sure the batter was rising in the fridge. And now the cake's ready to go, and they want to finish this out clean and true.
And because they were proxying so hard, so long under those two turrets, they have
Ini yang menang
so
dapat
much priority
tiket
on
ke
that
first
bot
10
side.
guys.
DCG,
So
it's
ini
more
sangat
likely than not that they're
menentukan
gonna be
banget.
able
Mereka
to
udah nggak
win this
peduli.
Drake. I do
Tapi mereka
know
peduli banget sama
Pop
juara
9
sih.
is
Karena CFO lagi
rotating around that
jelek-jeleknya,
bottom side,
tim juara
so they'll
kemarin
get
lagi
that vision
jelek-jeleknya.
down. They'll probably pick up
Cuman
this second Drake, and most
kayaknya mereka
likely
benar-benar
uncontested.
memprioritaskan
Yes,
ini.
Marble and Vista are in that
Tiket
bot side. They haven't pushed
udah.
up, but they're so far behind. Marble's a full level down on Feng, who just
Kayaknya
got the bloodthirster.
juga.
That is so
Oh, salah.
big. the CS difference.
Ya nggak ada ininya hadiahnya tuh. Nggak ada hadiah. Jadi kalau lo e-sport sekarang anehnya nggak ada hadiah coy. Yang ada itu cuman LPL doang, sisanya nggak ada hadiah. Jadi juara pun cuma dapat kebanggaan. Oh iya, first stand juara doang ya. Benar juga, yang ini LPL sama LCK yang final. Berarti ya ini rebutan ini tiket final berarti.
Great play. That might be the way they get back in. Unfortunately, they also hand over that Drake to Pop9. So DCG, as we know, they love their jungle objectives, now has 2 Drakes and the Grubs. But Pyke, there's just action all across the rift.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It is just action all across the rift because now Marble's in the mid lane trying to get some remnants of gold back in their pocket. Xiaoxi's now looking up and says the whole team's still here. Maybe we can keep fighting. Weaver's Walls just to keep themselves in the game a little bit longer.
Mana Jepun, tolonglah Jepun menangkan, aku pengen lihat bukan Taiwan lagi di final gua. Dua-duanya bukan Taiwan gak bisa. Atau kan Vietnam. Vietnam udah langganan final tuh.
That lane rotation coming through from Florin. He's headed to that bot side, as is Evie, but the damage is so serious. Both sides have picked up the tier 1 turret.
Apa nggak pas Worlds ya kalian kayak ini kualifikasi World itu? Kenapa harus di
3K gold at 13 minutes. This could be a quick and nutty game, Logan. That is what I'm scared about. It's been so close, tooth and nail all the way through.
Letsgo, sakit.
Oh! There's the Emperor's
Kena, matilah.
I can just take this one nice and slow. I don't think Arya can do anything about this. And Hongshu picks up the kill.
Yeah, Pop9 just tidily hands that one over to Hongshu, tanks up all the damage that Arya is able to put back out, and says, you know what, you need this gold more than me. I'm already accelerated. Here's that kill.
Yeah, there's the bullet time again with the Featherstorm just to try and keep themselves healthy. As again, Fang's just getting so much gold.
Yeah, up 30 CS right now, as well as 1 kill. Marble has to climb a mountain to get back into this game here, Pyke. I mean, Hongshu, he's already going past the turret on this top side. He knows there's no one from SHG in the area. That gold lead, 4.5K, they've almost got all 5 role quests completed.
Oh, look, it's not even that. They're looking at all these objectives and saying this is just free. Like we've seen games where Mundo's fallen a little bit behind and still a threat. What do you do against a Mundo that is that far ahead? 2-0-2, 1.5K gold up. Van One's Trundle cannot even dent this guy.
Yeah, he even has the Merc Treads, which means that charm that's going to come through from Vista is going to be that much slower. So he knows exactly how he's building and who against. So this Mundo...
Tetap aja kan kalian walaupun di ini nggak pakai spell selain teleport kan, teleport tuh kepake coy. Banyak orang yang kayak lagi tier bawah. Apa ini? Di tier bawah menganggap teleport tuh nggak kepake, tapi teleport tuh kepake walaupun questnya ini teleport juga. Karena cooldown teleport yang dari ini lebih cepat. Itu advantage banget. Mega lo harus ngorbanin satu slot buat ignite yang juga jarang kepake di awal. Teleport kepake di awal banget buat top lane ya. Kalau Megan terserah. Top ya, pakai bagi buat fight. Terus dia nambahin ngasih shield 30 detik gitu. Jadi buat fight lawan lagi masih bisa. Kalau udah questnya kelar.
Yeah, look at Pop9. He's following this troll into his own river and he's underneath his own bridge. He says, this is my territory now. You're not allowed back. The doctor is in. So now it's how much damage can they do? You don't get the blue buff, but your presence alone is enough to scare them.
Yeah, look, Pop9 definitely doesn't have to pay that toll to cross that bridge.
No.
He's just going to beat that troll into submission and say, not today. Pillar pops the passive. I don't think Pop9's over the
Holy
Now they're getting a
moly.
flick. Actually, Pop9 may have just been caught as the quickness comes out. If they can lock
Wow.
it in, the bullet time is too good. It was a bait and switch. Xiaoxi with the Magnet Storm keeps them at bay. They get one back, but really, that was such a big moment for this misfortune.
Yeah, Feng just able to stay on the other side of that terrain.
Again, another flick as Florent is in the backside. They get the
keren banget
It's nice,
Hongsu
but
nih.
is it enough?
Kapan nih
Marvel is
Hongq
gone
next
too.
level?
Evie is all that stands.
Gue
He's not
pengen
gonna take
pengen tahu
on
kabar
Florent,
Hongq sekarang.
but is gonna be enough as the
Gimana
world
ya,
ender
ntar?
is known to be just that. This is Yorick trying to hold on. They're just low. They're trying to survive. They're dodging. They're weaving, but it's not enough. And Florent is the decider as they're flashing forward to stay alive. They're trying to pick up more kills. Yes, they take the tower, but it's Trundle picking up their lives, and the Shurima shuffle gets Hongxue to safety.
That was such an excellent shuffle. There's no way they could have caught up to him there. My goodness, what a sequence of plays. DCG, they get the kills, they get the turrets. SHG, yeah, they got 1 or 2 kills back, but it just feels like it wasn't even close to the same value. That third Drake is up, and Pop9 is moving out to it right now. Xiaoxi putting that ward down. This is DCG at their best. They have been running this rift from the moment the game started.
It's been absolutely nuts, Logan. Keep talking, I'm knackered.
That is A-okay, because this Pillar popping that passive actually paid dividends here. He goes so low, but as you called, the bait came through. Feng got such a high value and safe bullet time into the meat of SHG. So many of them brought low health. Obviously, DCG, they followed this one up. They wanted even more.
Wah, mantap, enak banget ngeliatnya.
And that is
Hongxue.
exactly the target you want. Florin able to chase Evie down and away, just takes this kill on the back end of the fight, maximizing the value of DCG's push as they also secure themselves that mid tier 2.
Yeah, they also took the Dragon as well, which is even more. So they're on Soul Point now for all these Dragons, and yes, they get a couple kills back. It's just not enough as they are sitting 6k gold up. DCG
Anjir, 3 views ngapain kalau mampir dari sebelah ya.
And it looks
Gue
like
baru
they're going to be
stream
getting
lagi
it
aja
at
tadi.
this rate if they can keep the pressure
Karena
on.
kirain
Right
game
now,
3
as you
bakal
say,
menang
that 6K
SHG.
gold,
Ternyata
that's zoning
dibantai
on
sampai
a
game
really
5 coy.
area. It was
Buset.
just to clear them away, Pike. That is devastating. Does have the Bloodthirster as well.
Ini mah balik comeback ini fix.
Sword, the pickaxe. I have to imagine that's going to be an Infinity Edge next.
Oh, absolutely. And you just look at the item difference between these 80 carries. It's a 4k gold difference. And I don't know what you do with Xayah. You're trying to hold on, you're trying to survive, but the more you try to stop, the worse it gets because these guys are just scaling into oblivion.
And 30 seconds, the Baron is up. So they have to be very, very wary of that objective if they want to remain relevant. SHG, they do love themselves a good Baron, but DCG, they're the one in control. They have all the levers to pull. They can start this whenever they want, force SHG into them. And I mean, SHG right now, they're the weaker team.
They really are. They're trying to build the anti-heal. They're trying to get a little bit of savory. They've got the Oblivion of Execution is calling. Yorick's trying to do a little bit more in these side lanes too and be that pressure. But they're really having to force them
Ayo dong
into
Papa
this team
Tua,
fight.
let's
It's
go
a
dong.
5v5 and Yorick really doesn't want those odds.
Yeah, I'm trying to see a way for SHG to come back into this one. I mean, you've got that Trundle. Tanky could do some
Vista.
side lane pushing.
Vista bukannya
also
dari ini ya,
got
dari
two excellent side lane pushes. But if they're going to do that, it's almost going to be a 3v5, and I just don't think
bukannya dari
SHG
sebelah
want
Brion
those
itu ya,
odds.
beli dari
They're on
Brion
the
nggak sih
backboard
dia?
so hard they have to 5v5.
That's really
Brion
it.
nggak
They
sih
are
itu
being
Vista?
forced out of how they want to play this game. And we've seen this from
X,
SHG.
yeah.
If they're not able to play
Udah
their
lama
own
di
game,
Hanwha
they
ya.
see somewhat struggle. They don't really know what to do. And this is the clearest sign we've seen of it all series long.
Arya yang
Right now,
konsisten
DCG have said,
DFM,
we
SHG,
got that
DF.
little early advantage.
sempat
You
kayak gitu
gave us the keys. Now we're entering the temple.
And I'd like to remind everyone watching from home, this is Relove DCG's first split in the LCP.
First split.
And they are
Crazy.
putting up
Yeah.
such a phenomenal performance.
Split pertama ya guys,
This is a
DCG
reminder of
debut.
why they're the second seed. They
Debut
were on
DCG,
match
guys.
point after game 2. They've turned it around. They won game 3. They've won game 4. And by goodness, Pike, they are in a great position here to
Apa kita bikin
potentially
videonya?
win game
Boleh
5.
dicatat.
And that is all that they are after. They want to make it to those finals. They
Bagusnya
want that redemption arc
franchise
against
hybrid
TSW. And this is where it all comes down. The vision control is too much in this top side. The Baron is just being looked at. It's a piece of meat at this point. Because how do you get in if you have no idea where anyone is?
That ward, I think, did spot it out. SHG know that it has been started. So DCG, they're still pulling this Baron. SHG, they're forced to respond. But DCG, this is
Oh!
They can't do it. The bullet time. The magnet stops a lot. Van wants walking through the bullet time. What were you doing in there? It's just too much. Now they're saying we can take this fight. The Baron did get stalled.
Manjir di push
Yeah,
bawahnya.
Baron did reset, but Evie is alone on the bot side. He's putting in some work. He
Evie
wants to
gila
create
banget.
that pressure. He wants to buy that time and
Wah,
space.
nyaris.
There's a flash from Vista, but it's not going to be
Jangannya
able to
mati
do too
sih.
much. But with the jungler down, it should be pretty straightforward and an easy take for DCG. It now comes down to this Weave as well that's just trying to split up the fight. It's actually stopping them from hitting the Baron, which is not the end of the
sakit.
He's going for it. He wants
Ih,
blood.
sakit.
It's a double
Ih,
kill.
sakit fangnya.
Maybe even a triple, and the Baron still
Ih,
goes
sakit.
over. And it's all she wrote. DCG are solidifying their position in this game.
Florin able to answer
Sakit
so
dia
nicely on
adanya.
that bot side to Evie as well. He said, pressure be damned, I'm going to take you and you can walk away. But the aggression coming out of Feng, he knew that SHG were on the other side and he knew they wanted to make a play for the Baron, and he said, not today, goes over the wall and takes 2 for himself, Pike. This Magnet Storm setting it up beautifully.
And I can't believe that Van One walked back into it, was taking it the entire time. That's not what you want to do.
No, absolutely not. Trundle, you may be sort of that frontline bruiser, but you cannot stand in the way of a super fed AD carry like this Misfortune, just able to layer that damage beautifully. SHG, they're being cheeky here. They're just trying to show up. They're trying to slow, trying to prevent this Baron. Feng runs forward. Look at this Q, the damage it did. The oh my goodness. And then Marble cannot 1v1 Feng. Feng, the hero of the moment here.
Fang is absolutely playing out of their mind. They've just been looking so good, but it's at the hands of Xiaoxi, the initiator, the starter. This player has shown time and time again why they are one of the best supports in the LCP. It was all at the start. They got one little advantage. They knew the timers, and they took every advantage possible.
They pressed Marble and Vista at every possible moment. It was just, oh my goodness, leaping onto them every single time.
Ya
Bringing the
kalah
flashes,
lagi,
leaving
ya
Marble
udahlah
vulnerable.
Taiwan
And right
lagi
now
gitu.
they are
Tapi nggak apa-apa,
burning
ini
out.
bantu
They are
gua
Chemtech
buat
Soul
konten.
empowered. DCG,
Bagusnya franchise
they
hybrid
begin
sih.
the siege. This could end the game, Pike.
This is all too much. Arya has to back there on a slither of HP. The towers are going down. You're right. The Baron empowered minions are just too strong right now. Top side should go down.
Wow.
Okay, Florin is just soloing Evie down this bot side. Yes, Pop Knight was there, but this is it. This is where DCG want to end this game. 24 minutes in. Fang is getting the damage.
Reverse sweep, guys.
The grand entrance. That's just too much. Hongshu's too strong.
Reverse sweep,
It is
guys.
nothing. SHG are looking to be reverse swept here in this
Reverse
best of
sweep,
5
guys.
semifinals. It is
Besok berarti Vietnam lawan Taiwan lagi.
DCG choose victory.
They have clipped the wings of
Ada juga gue punya.
SHG.
Gue juga punya.
Best of 5 semi-final. What a game, Pike. What a series.
And what a totally different final game we just saw. That was way too much. DCG had
Habis ini
the
kita stream
solution.
ulang.
They had the answer. They were given everything, and it was just
Halo next
disaster
gosong tapi sudah
after
jam 5.
disaster
Jadi
for
persiapan buka kalian jangan
SHG.
lupa ya guys.
DCG ran that game
Assalamualaikum
from
warahmatullahi
the
wabarakatuh.
very first minute. From that
Bye.
jungle invade, they never relented. They found a 6th, a 7th, and 8th gear. While SHG, it's like they never left their garage. They left their plane at home. They could not fly high enough.
And look, at this point, it was basically a hovercraft because they were on the ground. They were trying to drive the right road.